Hello? Hello? Okay, the mic is working. Hello, guys. Welcome to Friday. The frustration of this week is not quite over yet. Uh, well, I just got into this trade here. This stock was struggling at 85 the entire day today, and it just broke it and just ate through hundreds of thousands of sellers. Or let's say tens of thousands of sellers, all the way up to 90, and then the sellers stopped, and it got to 94, 97, and then the market closed, and bam, it dropped, and now the gap is very high, and I'm not exactly sure how this is going to go. Without this trade, I was down 26.74 plus maybe 25 or 26 in commissions, so a bit over $50, which brought me below $400, $500, which means on Monday I do not have margin anymore, and that's problematic because that means on Monday I can only buy stocks that are very cheap, between, I mean, anything below $4, and I can only take 100 shares. So it's going to be very difficult to crawl out of this hole that I got into this week. Now, the good news is that I did a lot better today than I did the last few days. And I don't mean that result-wise, because the result is still bad, but the market today was extremely difficult. In fact, let me show you here my notes. I took one trade pre-market. In fact, I sat in front of this screen today for 9 hours. I wanted to look at the pre-market, given that the entire week, this week, the pre-market had been super active and stocks went 100% every day in the pre-market. So I wanted to see if I can capitalize on that. And I did take one trade that didn't go so well, lost $6, not a big deal. And then 51, this is into the video. I started the video roughly at, let's say, 9:28. So this is something like 10:20. In any case, it's like way past 10. So I didn't take any trade until that time, and then I took one trade. Let's open up ATIS, the stock that I traded. Excuse me. I got in here. No, sorry, I got in here. Look, it was squeezing up fast, and I got in at a reasonable place. And I sold half here, and then I made a great mistake. This was $40 already, or $50, and then I made a great mistake of adding. I added here, and then it kind of was slugging around, going lower, went back up a little bit. I sold into this spike half, but then it just flushed super fast, and I couldn't get out. My order did not get filled until about here, bringing me from up. See, a potential, oh, this is not good, a potential $80 to down 100, well, down 40. I lost $120 on that trade, so that brought me down to, I forgot what it brought me down. And then I took a bunch of trades here, where I made $5, then I made $30, then I lost 25, I made another 10, lost 50, made another 20, another 30, 17, and there was one super good opportunity, amazing opportunity. Let me show you. So this stock here was, as you can see, around 750 for a long time, and then it had bad news. It got rejected by the FDA, so it flushed really, really hard and really low. I think it was pending news, and then it opened up way lower than expected. It opened up here at 518 and got all the way down to 466. And I figured, okay, sometimes when this kind of thing happens, and in fact it happened here as well, after such a radical fall from 750 all the way down to 467, 66, these stocks, in fact, the lowest was 420.24. So oftentimes these stocks will bounce. So this happened. It came out of this halt and dropped down to 24, and then went all the way back up here into a halt. And this one was very fast. That was a couple of seconds, and I did not really want to risk it yet. But it went into a halt, and then as it came out of the halt, it was looking quite strong. and it was first dipping down a little bit, but then it started going upwards, and buys were coming in, and I put an order here at 479, and I did not get filled. I did not get filled. So I did not get filled, and I didn't chase it because then it moved up very quickly into the second halt. And then from that second hold, still a little bit higher. That would have been $1 and what is it for 50, 20, 34? $1.35 per share. And I was going to go in with, oh, what did I do? I was going to go in. I was hiding this. Where is this now? 577. I was going to get out. I need to find this one. I was going to get out at somewhere. No, wait. I was going to go in with 300 shares. See, I can't concentrate on several things at the same time. Where is that window? Where did I put it? Where did it go? What do I have to do to get it back? This is very difficult. Yeah, well, this is super bad. Is it here? Ah, that looks better. Okay, I gotta find them. Sorry. Yeah, exactly. Perfect. Now it's crashing. Obviously it's crashing, right? As I'm in a trade, can't be worse at all. Let me pause the video. Okay, I'm back now. Of course, I lost all the stocks that we were looking at, but there's not too many to talk about it anyway, luckily. So yeah, today was very difficult. The market started out red at 9:30. All the stocks, every single stock, off the bat, 9:30 went down. So here, this was pre-market, and then bam, all the way down. This one had maybe a spike and then down. And all stocks did that today. So that's why there was no opportunity before the one that I took. Yeah, then as you can see, I went back and forth. I did have one time here insufficient buying power on SEAL, where I missed a trade, and of course I missed the trade on LXRX because I didn't get filled. But yeah, all over I did much better at assessing my situation, staying calm, and not going into really stupid and bad trades. So I'm quite satisfied with how I traded today, even though I lost money, and that is not nice. Well, that's how it is, right? So let me just quickly go into the video. I don't have it open yet, and then I'll show you the few trades that I did take. So okay, this was pre-market. It is 28, and I had taken this trade here where I lost a little bit, thinking that this might bounce back. Anyway, let's go to 51. Yeah, this was it. Let me speed up, and we can see it. So yeah, this the rest of the day, I didn't say this yet. The rest of the day consisted of very sluggish up and down, like this, and this was a big move. And then of course here's a kind of like a big move, but this is 10 cents, and it's hard to predict. And this was kind of hard to predict. So because it can also happen that it kind of comes back up and then flushes right back down. So yeah, here I opened this one. It was going up fast. The only one I got in here, and it went higher. I sold half here, and that was good. And then I was like, oh great, let's add here as it moves back higher. I add it, and then of course the whole thing is done. It doesn't move anymore. The whole move is over. That was the mistake that I made. And then here I got out of half. I should have sold all, then I would have at least had a little bit of profit. But no, I made this mistake of getting out with only half, and then I was holding 150 shares as it was coming down. And I think I don't know where I have the sale orders. Yeah, here's a sell order not getting filled. You saw another one up here that didn't get filled. Another one here that didn't get filled. That was my mistake. I should have just typed in. Well, I should have just market traded this one because the gap is just a little bit too big. 6 cents is a little bit too big because I have only a 3-cent window. So yeah, this was the one trade that got me. Well, that eventually got me down to, I don't know where. See, I'm still holding this to 47. So 47, and I sold it right at the bottom here. That was another thing I felt really stupid, right at the bottom. Well, actually, no, not right at the bottom, because it did, as you can see here, it kind of went sideways from here. So right at the sideways bottom. In any case, that was a pretty frustrating trade. And then the next one, which one can I show you? 148. Well, let's just quickly look at all of them. Oh, we're almost there. Actually, it already happened. Oh, my mistake. I was too focused on the time here. You see here, as it was coming back up, I thought, okay, let me get in. And then it went sideways, and I was like, okay, no, that's too risky. I got out, and well, I did make 6 cents. And here I got in again, and got out right there, making $5. And that was the one trade. And then the next one is 48. Yeah, this was anticlimactic. So here, as it was coming up again, spiking, let's go back a little bit so you can see how this is happening. I'm watching sellers, right? And I see a lot of sellers at, we'll see, like, okay, 97 is a little bit. You can see 98. Did you see 300 there? At 98, there's a big amount of sellers, so it needs to break 98. And 328 there, look at this. This is in hundreds, right? So it broke this, and then there's even hundreds at 3. So it's very sluggish, but it breaks through these levels, and I get in right there at 3, hoping it'll break higher, and it does actually break higher. Slowly, very slowly. It breaks. It really eats up through this stock. I forgot the float. It's a little bit higher, I believe, or maybe not. Maybe it's only 5. It doesn't matter. 5 million. It doesn't matter. In any case, you see this, the buyers and sellers are struggling a lot, and they're sellers all the way. So I sold half here, and then I sold the rest here. And let's go back real quick so you see how that went. Oh shit, no, that was too far. So yeah, I made, what was this? I was it was 41, I believe. So I made like 13 bucks at first, and then it comes down, and I lose a little bit of money again. Well, that was like almost break even, but a little bit less. So that was not really. I thought I did worse on this one, but I guess I didn't. Okay. In any case, what's next? 155. Yeah, it's already done. So I took this trade, and what I did here always is buy sell half and half. So seeing that this always happens, that it kind of spikes up a little bit and then it breaks down, I decided to only sell my entire position when it spikes up. So this is what I did here, and I made like $11 roughly, minus $2 commission. And then I had, wow, now there's another one an hour later. Yeah, where this was happening, and I was watching the sellers again here, the level 2. You can see 310 is a big seller. So once it breaks 310, I'm thinking this has potential. But I remembered there were also a lot of sellers at 315. So I'm kind of looking for 315 to be broken. And, well, there's lots of sellers. You see how much this is struggling, and there was a lot of sellers all throughout. Almost 40,000 at shares at 15, being eaten up. And I get in here as it breaks 15, hoping that it'll keep going, and it doesn't. It just doesn't. It just flushes. And wow, this takes a really long time, doesn't it? Yeah, I remember now. It was coming down, and I stopped out, and then it broke higher. Let me speed this up even more. This is really hard. So imagine this is already 4x speed. Now it's 8x speed, how slow this is moving. So I got out here, of course, at the low. That was a very bad trade. And then it breaks higher. So I was very frustrated about that. And that also meant that on a later trade, I took a little bit more time. Here, I believe it's about to happen. So here, yeah, this was frustrating because it got me down to minus 60. I lost 50 bucks on this trade, which I could have gained because it goes just as much higher. So I could have made 50 bucks, but I did not. So here I got in at this green candle as it was coming back up, and as it was hunching down, I thought, okay, let's give it some time because it does take its time to come up, but it has a very solid history of kind of grinding up. It makes it very difficult to trade, but it has this history. And then here I got a bit nervous, but I'm seeing, I think I saw somewhere 310 is a big buyer. Somewhere. I forgot. I believe that was a big buyer, so I know that it's quite safe here at this level. 14 is already a good amount of buyer. That's quite good, quite reassuring. So all I need is this level to hold, and then eventually it'll break over. So 14 holding, I think it breaks down to 10. Oh, no, now, see, there it breaks up, it comes up. And this is where I'm watching and seeing, okay, it's struggling with these sellers, but it is slowly grinding through. And then here, because it broke this level, or no, it didn't break this level, and there were lots of sellers, I got out here and made 20 bucks on it. Okay, what is this? Oh, and then the rest. Okay, this was the last that I have on video. And then we have to look, how is this? 85, okay. SRNE, oh yeah, SRNE here. Yeah, that was the only one that I traded. So, exactly, this was grinding up very nicely here. You can see from a low of 475, it was going, well, in almost a straight line to 569. So almost a full dollar it goes up, right? And this is the VWAP, this green line here. So this is a good level to watch because this is support or resistance, or support and or resistance. So when it breaks through and it holds that level, that means, okay, it's good to go because the next level down, it will most likely stop at the VWAP and find support at the VWAP and then keep growing, keep grinding up. However, sometimes it just spikes through, just pokes through, and then just flushes hard. And as you can see here, this flushed very hard. It gave away from 570 all the way down to a low of 530, so 40 cents in one candle, very fast. And then it was kind of spiking up and down on the chart, like within every second. So here I thought, okay, I mean, this is going to bounce. Like just looking at this entire history, it's still looking good. So I get in here and I say, okay, I have to wait. I have to give this time. Now it goes up, it comes back down to the level I bought in. So I'm like, okay, I watch this, but it doesn't break this level of 535, I think, and it starts grinding up. And then here it finds some resistance. I think it went to a high of 54 and then down to 53, as it was spent a lot of time at 54. It couldn't break it, went to 53, and then I sold at 52. And then of course it did grind up, but you can see that there's a red candle here. It started here, came out here, so it's kind of moving back up and down quite a lot. It does go eventually to a high of 85, but that was really hard to see because I mean there is this big seller at 570 that caused this whole thing to flush so hardly. So it would have been nice if I had held all the way through. This way I got 30 bucks out of it, and then I didn't trade it again because I didn't know. I missed this move here at 570. This was very fast. If I had seen this, I would have probably gotten in here and then sold here well, for a good 10 cents roughly, maybe a little bit more. So, but I missed this move. So then as it was coming back down and then it came back up. And I get in here hoping that it'll break through 85. And as you can, if you look at the level here, it touches it twice here, several times here, and twice more here. And there is actually one more time. So what just happened? This is so annoying. And here, this is 85. So it touched this level many times throughout the day. 1, 2, 3, 4. It poked it like 5. It poked it once. 6, 7, 8. And it didn't break through. So here I stopped out, and then it flushed a bit further, and I didn't get back in. I think this one I was not too certain if it was going to happen, but yeah, I wasn't watching because this is a good place. 53 obviously was resistance, and once it broke that, it really opened up and went a good 20 cents. But this one I missed, so it didn't get in here, and then it was going like kind of sideways. I did get back in here, which I already told you, which is just before the market closed, and now it's still kind of grinding up, which is good, and I hope to get out with a little bit of profit of this, but we'll see. We'll see if I get out with profit or not. It's after hours, so this is going very slowly. There's no traders. We'll have to see. All right, guys, that's it. I told you everything, including that terrible miss I had on LXRX, which flushed so hard. But generally, today was very difficult to trade, so I'm quite satisfied with my performance. I was careful at least, and I didn't lose too much money, even though I did lose enough to get below my 500 level margin level. So yeah, well, too bad, but that's the way life is, and I hope that next week will be a bit stronger, so I'll have a few more opportunities where I can make a little bit of money, and then hopefully my learning will finish, and I can make a living off of this, because that's the goal. All right, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on Monday. Goodbye.